So guys, today we start out this episode by talking about breeding. Now, breeding is essential in ARK. It is something that just needs to be done, and sometimes to a lot of people this is a bit of a daunting task. There's a lot of wheels that are turning, a lot is going on, and it can get a bit overwhelming. So I want to start out this episode by breaking it down for you guys and showing the process that I go through in order to make breeding somewhat bearable or somewhat functional, if you will, because it can get a little bit crazy. But just to show off our example here, we have a total of 3 Megatheriums. These two were the one that we got in the last episode, and this is the one that we got 2 episodes ago. First thing I do is I name them all after their best stats. Personally, this works a little bit better for me, that I can see the names visually when comparing the stats with the babies. But this one had the best health at 6660. This one had the best weight at 1116, and this one had the best stamina at 1720, and the best melee at 343. In our case, we ended up having 1 male, this is the one with the weight of 1116, and 2 females, this one and this one. Basically what's going on is this male is breeding with both of them, and what I'm really looking for is I need a male that either has this health stat and this weight stat, or I need a male that has the stamina, the melee, and the weight stat. Now, just before recording this episode, I did end up getting that in the form of this guy right here. This guy has the health and the weight specifically. And we have another kid, so we might as well check this thing on out. I have turned them off of breeding. I'll explain why in a little bit, but let's check out this thing's stats. Now, first of all, this is a female, so this isn't really going to work out for us, but you can see here that it has the health of 3848, stamina 1720, weight 1116, and melee 314. Now, if you don't remember specifically, that's okay. The other reason why I named the parents after their stats is because you can go to Show Ancestors and it shows you the stats right there. Personally, that just works a little bit easier for me, so I can kind of memorize these, look back, and kind of go back and forth if need be, as opposed to having to check the mother, having to check the father, then going back in to check the stats. But, like I mentioned, we have this male here. This male has this stat and this stat. What we're going to basically do is we're going to let this male grow on up, and he is going to replace his father here. At that point, that baby, this baby right here, will end up breeding with this female here. And the gist is, what I'm really looking for a male and a female with all 4 stats on them, which is usually what I call the perfect male, perfect female. At that point, in order to breed the boss dinos, it makes it pretty easy, because both of their stats are exactly the same, so every kid that pops out should have theoretically the same stats, so we are all good to go there. And in order to get ready for the Broodmother fight, we are going to be breeding a total of 19 boss dinos, and that is 19 Megatheriums, and then there's one more left, and that is in the form of the Uteranus. Now, the Uteranus I'm not going to bring out right now. I currently have it in a cryo, but this thing ended up getting 3 out of the 4 stats. Now, why am I not caring about the 4th stat? Because it's weight, and it wasn't that big of a deal. The male ended up having 820 in weight, and the female ended up having 830. The first kid that popped out ended up having 820 in weight. It had everything else, plus it had a mutation in melee. I was okay with that, so this is the one that we're currently working with. Now, stats are a little wonky right now because we are in the process of imprinting this guy. It's currently at 13.3%, but we're going to keep him into a cryo because I'm going to continuously work on these guys in the background. I don't want to dedicate the episode or anything to this because there's more important things to do, let's be honest. This is more busy side work that I'll kind of do in my own free time. But before we continue, let me just get this Megatherium out of here. And what do you do with the babies? Well, there's good news and there's bad news. If it's a baby you like, then you let it grow on up and you continue the process. If it's a baby you don't like, that's a weird looking angle. I did not realize I was still in that position. Yeah, you kinda kill the babies. Now, I know it's wrong, guys, but here's the thing. You get a lot of XP from this, and especially if you're breeding a lot of dinos and stuff, your XP skyrockets. And how I do this is basically I'll make sure that PvP is on, because in the bottom right hand corner we currently have cryo sickness, or cryo cooldown rather, and if any dino gets thrown out, it's going to be cryo sick. So basically it's just going to pass on out, and for about 6 to 10 minutes it's kind of just there. It can't do anything. So any of the babies that we don't like, so for example, like this one, we're going to chuck you on out here. And then we also have this one, this baby here. Don't like this one either. We're going to chuck them all on out. We're going to make sure that all of our dinos are on passive because I really don't want these things going nuts. And, well, we're not going to use the gun. That's a little excessive. Instead, we're going to basically unclaim these guys and hack away. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us a little bit of meat, a little bit of pelt, and it's going to give us XP. The reason why that I do need to go ahead and unclaim the babies is because I think it has to do with my settings specifically. I will not be able to damage or kill the kid if it's still claimed as mine, and I can show you guys right here. So, doesn't make a difference. This kid won't die. I can do this 100 times. It's going to do nothing except bring down the durability of my axe. But if I do want to kill it, all I got to do is unclaim it and then hack away. And just like that, it's done. Why do I put it into cryosickness? Cryosickness, I think it's like causes your dino to take 6 times the amount of damage or something like that. It's something kind of crazy. So it doesn't, yeah, basically the durability on my weapons doesn't get reduced as much if it's in cryosickness versus not. But I know there's a lot of talking and everything here. Let's put this guy away because oh no, wait, we're going to want you to grow on up. I don't really care about you staying out. You can stay out. Now, here's what today's episode's about because we're done with breeding. We're done with breeding for now, guys, I promise. Going to talk about that more in the next episode because I'm going to keep providing you guys updates. But here's the thing. We all know with boss fights, you need saddles. And you can't go in with just a primitive saddle because you're going to get destroyed. Now, there's a couple of options. Now, we've been pretty lucky. We've ended up getting ourselves 2 blueprint for the Megatherium saddle. And that's in the form of this Ascendant saddle here and this Journeyman saddle here. Now, there's a couple of positives, a couple of negatives with each one. First of all, this one here, this Ascendant one, 122 armor. That is really good. Here's the downside. It takes over 2,000 metal, takes over 4,000 cementing paste, takes a little over 13,000 hide to make 1. We need 19, so that's just not feasible, especially in single player. It's going to take way too long to make these, and at the end of the day, it's not going to be worth it. That being said, we did end up getting this blueprint Journeyman one. That's 65 armor, so not as good as the other one, about half less, but it only takes 413 metal ingot, which is pretty good, you know? This isn't a bad alternative, but what if you didn't get any blueprint saddles? What if you have no saddles available? Well, what are you gonna do? Well, there's actually another alternative, and as long as you have Genesis 1, it's a pretty good option for you, and that's what we're going to do today. I know, hearing me saying that we're going over to another map, very daunting. I'm nervous too, guys, but I think we're going to be okay. Genesis 1 seems to be stable enough that we don't have any crashes, but we're heading over to Genesis 1. I'm going to show you guys a really good way to get some good saddles, along with some really good items too. So, keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope we don't have a crash, and I hope to see you guys on Genesis 1.
Hello, I'm HLNA, a fractal personality designed to be your guide. Just listen to me and you won't get yourself killed. Probably. I knew this too.
Alright, so far, we're kind of safe. Alright, let's see, where do we want to head to? So the gist is, we need to find a terminal here. Now, easier said than done, because we are in the swamp right now. We're definitely going to get killed in the first 2 seconds. I see a Carno way out there. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out where the heck we're going to go. So, let me go ahead, let me run around like crazy, probably die a few times too, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. And, yeah, eventually, hopefully, we get ourselves to a terminal and we can get our stuff. Oh, no. I was about to tell you guys. Alright, guys, so far, shoot. I thought we were scot-free, and literally there's a whatchamacall right there, and we're exhausted. Oh, no. Okay, it didn't see us, thank God. So yeah, guys, it's only been 1 death so far, surprisingly, but we've been running around the bog for the last, like, 10+ minutes, haven't really found anything, and then I totally forgot that with the missions on Genesis 1, you can basically track where a mission starts, and right there is going to be a terminal. So we have ourselves the Bog Hunt mission right on over here, so if we can get 270 meters, we're going to be able to actually get our stuff, which is absolutely great. But yeah, okay, yeah, I've had a couple of scares. Capro almost got us. We also had a Baryonyx kill us. That was the kill so far. Deodon right around the corner here that we got to watch out for. So I think if we hop down here, we move on over this way, we might be able to just gun this basically and get there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think as long as we get the Thyla out, we're pretty... That's a Sarco, and the mission's right there. No. Are we going to be able to do this? It's right there. Yeah, that's a Dillo. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Come on. Just get the Thyla out for right this second. Come on. Okay. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. So the Thyla's out and about. That's gonna be a problem. Yeah, not only is it gonna be a Carno problem, it's gonna be a problem because I'm pretty sure the Thyla's on passive. Because we literally just threw it out of the cryo. So yeah, we gotta get back over there. If we lose that Thyla... Oh, we can't lose the Thyla. There's like 3 Sarcos right in front of me there. Okay. We're gonna go around this way, I think. Oh god, we have a Carno. Okay, let's go, 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 go. We can outpace this we could outpace the Carno. Okay. Go, 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 go. Okay, cool. All right, let's get our stuff back. Just need that. And let's quickly get our stuff. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. Alright, now that we're fully equipped, let's head over to the ocean biome. Oh my god. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm going to keep you on passive, basically. I know I can be on the back of you, but I remember a long time ago there was like this weird bug that if you were on the back of a dino when transporting and stuff like that, that sometimes the dino wouldn't come with you, so... Maybe I should even just put you in a cryo. Nah, we'll leave you out like this. Come on, please, 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 please. Why does this have to take so long, though? There we go. Oh my god, for a second I freaked. Oh, for a second I thought... Whoa, what is with the lag? That was weird. I've never had that before. Oh my god. Alright, I guess we're loading in this part of Genesis 1. We haven't been here yet. This is the first time, but I do not remember that ever being a thing. But, anywho, let's head on over to this, and we are going to be going for a specific mission, and that is going to be the Wave Ray 64. Yeah, based after the Nintendo 64 game and everything, but that's where we're going to be heading. What direction do we have to head into? What's great about this mission is there is so much loot that you can get with this, and you can get some really good stuff. Now, of course, we're going to use the Thyla to get over there. I would prefer to use a faster mount, but over on Gen 1, I don't believe the Maywing works because it is a glider, so I don't think that's possible. And everything else we have, I think, is pretty slow in the water. Granted, yes, of course, we have a Megalodon, but yeah, I actually forgot that we have a Megalodon. So we're using the Thyla here today to get us on over there, but we'll slowly but surely get on over there, and I'll show you guys what this race is all about. Alright guys, welcome to Wave Ray 64. Now, with this mission, you have three options. You have the Gamma, the Beta, or the Alpha. We're going to start with Gamma, just to kind of show you how this all works and everything. But pretty much, we're going to be on the back of a Manta, and we are going to be going through a little bit of a race. And time-wise and everything for Gamma, this race is incredibly easy. There we go. Okay, I was going to say, it wasn't actually bringing us over to the Manta. But as you guys can see, we're on the Manta right now for the Gamma race. Basically, we have a little bit of a circuit to go through, and we have a total of 5 minutes and 45 seconds to get this on done. Press A to jump, and basically the gist is we need to make sure that the Manta goes through every single hexagon here. Now, we'll get these little speedy uppy bits just to make things a little bit easier, but this is it. This is essentially what you're going to be doing. It's relatively easy, especially on Gamma. Once we get to Alpha, things can get a little tricky, but at the same time, this is one of the easier missions to do on Genesis 1. But what's great about this mission is you get some really, really good rewards. And just like that, race number 1 is done. Now here's the best part out of all this. With that easy race out of the way, yeah, we get some loot, and we get some really good loot. Now here is the downside. On Genesis 1, for some reason, basically, it won't allow you to grind any of these materials. So, you pretty much look through and see what you got. So here we got a hazard suit hat, we got a second hazard suit hat, got a journeyman capro saddle, kaolin soup, energy brew, free curry, medical brew, Lazarus chowder, a Paki rhino saddle, and shadow steak saute. Saute or sauce? Saute, there you go. Anything you want to keep, basically, start putting it inside of the terminal. Because right here, guys, yeah, this is a terminal. So let's just say I do want this capra saddle, pop it on in there, and essentially what you're looking to do is, you're trying to fill this up, basically. You want to get to as close to 50 as possible. Now, mind you, of course, we do have food, canteen, we have a little bit of armor that we have to take home with us, but pretty much that is what you're doing. Do this, you will get some really good things. Now, in this case, I don't need any of this stuff. I'm going to be honest. We'll get a lot better in the long run, especially that capra saddle. Get that thing out of here. That was just used as an example, but this is pretty much what we're going to be doing. This is how you get the best saddles, honestly. When it comes to, especially Megatheriums, if you're also looking for Megalosaurus saddles, I apologize, especially if you're going over to take on Rockwell, this is another place where you can actually get some really good stuff. Let me show you guys how good this can be. So we're going to move on to Beta after this, and then we're going to go ahead and continuously do Alpha. In my opinion, Alpha is obviously going to be the hardest, but you do tend to get the best loot, basically. So let's take on Beta, and let's see how this goes, and hopefully we get ourselves a Megatherium saddle or two. And with 50 seconds to spare, Beta is taken care of. Now let's see what we got rewards-wise. So, okay, so we didn't get ourselves a Megatherium saddle, but We got an Ascendant Direbearer saddle. We got a really good Hazard suit hat. We also got a Ravager saddle, so not too shabby there. Now, guys, I will mention, obviously, you're not going to get a Megatherium saddle on every one, but they are very common, honestly, especially Megatherium, Megalosauruses. You can also get some really good stuff from this. Personally, I've gotten some really good, obviously, Hazard suits and stuff like that you can get from this. I've gotten a lot of really good saddles along the way. I've also gotten myself, in the past, some Desert Cloth armor and stuff like that. I've gotten myself pump-action shotguns, long necks. There's a lot of stuff that you can get from this. But essentially, everything that you're putting away into Arc Data, or everything that you're taking back to wherever you're heading to, hey, that's a 150 Hesperornis. But basically, anything you want to keep, put inside of the terminal. Everything you're willing to get rid of, just chuck it on out, basically. Now, another thing I want to do is, let me throw this cryopod in here, because I have a feeling at some point I'm going to throw out the cryopod by mistake. So, another thing we can do, actually, is we can actually put the Thyla away, too, because we don't actually need the Thyla at this point. Oh, God, did not mean to punch the Thyla. Oh, my God. We can put the Thyla away at this point, because we're not doing any more traveling. We're pretty much just going to be here specifically, getting as much stuff as possible. So let me put the Thyla away, and let's move on to the Alpha Wave Race. Yeah, Wave Race is 64. You guys know what I mean. Let's move on to Alpha and see what we get. Alright, and Alpha is completed with plenty of time to spare. I gotta say, yeah, the Alpha race is a little bit tough, but at the same time, it's still pretty doable. But as you guys see, there are 2 Ascendant Megatherium saddles in the form of 72, yeah, not great, 154, which is already a lot better than the one that we have back at base. So, yeah, guys, this is the way to do it, honestly. You get some really good stuff. A Journeyman Flak Helmet, not too shabby, but let's throw all the other stuff out that we don't need. I'm going to be honest, this 72 saddle we'll hold on to, but if we do end up getting a better one along the way, then we just chuck the 72 out and we add the really good one to it. But look at that so far, 154 and 243. Really good. But at this point, guys, this is what we're doing. Just taking on Alpha, taking on Alpha, taking on Alpha until we get all 19 saddles. This is the way to do it, in my opinion. There's obviously a lot of missions and stuff on Genesis 1 that can give you some really good stuff. In my opinion, this is the best one to do. This is kind of like, if you remember when Genesis 1 came out, when the Dodo Ball, you know, the basketball game where, like, you shoot dodos into a net, used to be really, really, really good, and then it got nerfed and everything. This is old school Dodo Ball, basically. You get some really, really good stuff, honestly, in my opinion, doing this. And it really doesn't, it's not that hard of a game to do. It's relatively easy. Alpha, yes, sometimes can get a little tricky, especially if you get a bad, if you do a bad jump, or if you, by mistake, kind of go in the wrong direction for a second, you might end up losing the race. So, you gotta make sure that you're gonna be doing this pretty damn good and everything, but at the end of the day, it's not too hard to do. You get some really good stuff overall from it, and in my opinion, this is the best way to get your Megatherium saddles, especially if you're kind of in the situation where we are, where we have a really good blueprint saddle. It just takes so many resources, and the fact that, am I really going to waste 400 plus metal on each of the Journeyman saddles? Nah, no, that's a 65 saddle. We have 150 that we got just from doing a race that took us, what, 5 minutes? Not even. That's why this is the way to go. You will get really good stuff, not only the Megatherium saddles, but like I mentioned, you will also get Megalosaurus saddles in this race, and you'll get some pretty damn good ones too, if I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion. But you will also get some really good armor. You guys have already seen with the hazard suits. Like I mentioned in the past, I've gotten some really good Desert Cloth armor from doing this race, and overall you just get some really good stuff for a relatively easy race. Only takes you a couple minutes to do. I mean, at this pace, I think we're less than a minute and a half right now, and we're about to finish up the race, and you get loot. Another great thing about doing this race is you also get hexagons. And you can use hexagons towards the skins, especially the holiday skins now, since all those will be on the hexagon store at some point, basically. Or you can use it for the, like, loot boxes or whatever, which can get you also some really good stuff. So, Do this race. Honestly, do this race. Get some good loot. Make it easy on yourselves, guys. Especially, Mastercraft Megatherium saddle. We also got Scuba there. We also got a Megalosaurus saddle. I mean, 112 Mastercraft saddle. Not bad. 354 armor Ascendant Hazard Suit hat. Journeyman Scuba tank. We need that. We're not even at the level to even get that yet. But honestly, guys, this is the way to do it. I'm going to keep doing this until I get all 19 Megatherium saddles. So sit back, relax, enjoy the little montage-y thing that I guess I'm going to set on up. And, yeah, take a look at the loot that we get along the way, guys, because it's going to be really good. 3 Ascendant Megatherium saddles in the form of 158, 132, and 193, along with 2 Megalosaurus saddles, 163 and 104. Alright, Ascendant Megatherium saddle, 128 armor. We also got ourselves a Mastercraft Desert Cloth gloves. 448 Ascendant flat gauntlets. Got ourselves a Megatherium saddle, but we're not going to hold on to this guy. Only 45 armor on it. We did get a Mind Wipe tonic, though. We actually got 2, so we're definitely going to be taking those. Alright, Mastercraft fur leggings, not bad, along with a 403 armor Ascendant Hazard Suit hat. Okay, we also got ourselves 158 Mastercraft Desert Cloth pants, 154 Ascendant fur leggings, 435 armor. Is that 435? That is 435 armor Ascendant Hazard Suit hat. Overall, guys, this has been about 9 or 10 runs at this point, but I think you guys get the gist of what I'm going to be doing. Essentially, this is how I get my Megatherium saddles. This is also how I get my Megaloceros saddles. In my opinion, this is the best. This is the best way to get those saddles. What is your favorite place to go in ARK to getting your loot? Let me know in the comments down below, but guys, we're gonna have the Megatheriums ready. We're gonna have the saddles ready. Are these guys ready to take on the Broodmother? You guys will have to wait and see for the next episode here on ARK Survival Evolved on ARK, the Farewell Tour. That's going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. And on top of that, if you're enjoying the ARK content, you're enjoying the Subnautica content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.